identical to something or different?
Okay, with the conventional analysis, yes. With the conventional analysis, yes. When we say that okay, I have one thing in my hand. Is that a pen or this non-pen? Right? It cannot be. It's not pen. It's not pen. I cannot say that. Conventional analysis. With the ultimate analysis, this concept dissolves. You getting it? So, say what I have in my pen is identical with the pen. It's not different from the non-pen. It's different from the non-pen. It is identical with the. It's identical with the pen. Okay. So the now 26. Impermanence. Understanding impermanence will help us greatly to remove our, say, the negative emotions such as anger, attachment, and so forth. Suffering, again, it will greatly help us to remove our attachment and so forth. Then empty, this empty is what? This empty is in the context of the third seal, which knows that the self or the water is not different from the parts, right? It's not different from the parts. It's empty of being different from the parts. Okay, this is the empty, this concept. These three will help us purify the mind. They are very good. They will purify our attachment, anger, jealousy, so forth. But what is very powerful, what is so powerful to get rid of the attachment, so forth, to purify the mind, the most powerful one is the Dharma unparalleled in purifying the mind is the emptiness of intrinsic nature, which is the subtle emptiness. You getting it? Okay.
This is the fourth essential?
Which one? Okay, with this, the last line, the Dharma unparalleled in purifying the mind is the emptiness of intrinsic nature. This is not the fourth essential. This is not the fourth essential. This is the conclusion. Fourth essential is, for example, if I say that, okay, if something is in your hand, if you say this, okay, something is in my hand, then I would say there, oh, either it should be pen or it should be non-pen, right? And if I prove that it is not pen, it is not pen, it is not pen, it is not non-pen. If I prove that in your hand there is no pen, there is no non-pen, right? That's a proof that nothing is in the hand. So that is the same. Okay, let me say. Okay, except for the David and Leora. Okay, except for David, Leora, the Ruth and Leora, right? Except four of them, all of you. Is there something in my left hand? Huh? You're not sure. You're not sure, right? Is there a pen in my hand? Huh? Okay, not sure. Okay, you're not sure. But are you sure? Okay, now look, this is very important. The fourth essential. What is the fourth essential? Understanding that anything which is empty of being one with, if the object is not one or different from the parts, means that the object does not exist objectively. Likewise, I can formulate this in a very simple way as if there is an object in my hand, either it should be a mug or it should be a non-mug. Do you agree with me? Huh? Yeah. You don't know whether something is in my hand or not. You don't know whether there's an object in my hand or not. Right? So, but what you know is that if there's an object in my hand, it should be either a mug or it should be non-mug. Do you agree with me?
Yes.
How many agree with me? How many don't agree with me? Okay, which means that we all agree. If what is in my hand is not a mug or not a non-mug, then there's no object. It's not an object. Can you conclude that?
Yeah.
Even though you don't know whether I have the object in my hand or not, you don't know that still. Still you don't know that. But what you know is that if what is in my hand is not a mug or not a non-mug, right? These two is empty of being a mug or empty being a non-mark. Not the mark, not a non-mark, which means the object is not in my hand. Can you conclude that? That is the that is the fourth seal. That if something exists, oh, sorry, fourth essential. Okay, the fourth essential means if the object does not exist as one with the parts or different from the parts, then the object 100% is not objectively real. You're getting it? But the object, is it object real or not? I'm not too sure. Because I'm not sure whether it exists one with the parts or different from parts. I'm not sure. But if it does not exist one with the parts or different from parts, it should not be objectively real. This conclusion you can draw. Thus, that is the fourth seal. From this, the fourth seal plus fourth essential plus the second and the third essential combined together, you draw the conclusion. Therefore, the water object does not exist objectively. Okay, that is the subtle conclusion. Is the subtle emptiness. Okay. Yes.
If we just the second and third of the first, second, and third of these four essentials.
Yes.
But didn't go for the fourth one, then I will get only gross understanding of impermanence, and then understanding of course emptiness.
Okay, say if you do not get the second and the third essential.
If I don't get the fourth.
Okay, if you don't get the fourth, then
1, 2, 3.
you get the first, second, and third. You don't get the fourth one, then you only get the gross, very gross emptiness. That the object is not one with the parts, not different from the parts. Very gross when you stay there, right? And still the conclusion doesn't come to you, which means that object, therefore it exists subjectively. It is empty from the object. It will not come to you, and then the goosebump is much less. Right? Conclusion goosebump is very effective, whereas the second essential and the third essential goosebump is very small. Okay. Yes, over there.
I have a question about the natural Buddha nature.
Yes.
Is it a positive phenomena included from a negative phenomena?
Say it again.
Is it
On the natural Buddha nature, is it positive phenomena?
included from a negative phenomena?
Concluded meaning?
Because isn't it defined that it's Buddha nature empty?
Okay. Proliferating Buddha nature. Proliferating Buddha nature is a positive phenomena, negative phenomena? Positive phenomena. Proliferating Buddha nature, when you subject this to ultimate analysis, you see the emptiness of the proliferating Buddha nature, which is the natural Buddha nature. Is that positive or negative phenomena?
Negative.
Negative. So what's the problem?
Sounds like positive.
Huh? Okay, the idea is, okay, I understand what you may be saying. Idea is, for example, let's say, this pen is positive or negative phenomena? This pen, is this pen a tiger?
No.
This pen not being a tiger, is it positive or negative? Negative. Where is the pen? Is here, correct or not correct? Where is the pen not being a tiger? Is it here or not? Yes. So, these two are pen, positive phenomena, the pen being the absence of tiger, negative phenomena. Are these two entity-wise one or different? Entity-wise one, but absolute-wise different. You getting it? So within the same entity, we can see multiple positive phenomena, multiple negative phenomena. There's no problem. So within the same entity, proliferating Buddha nature, where's the problem? Let's say this is a proliferating Buddha nature, your mind which has potential to grow. This mind, is this a proliferating Buddha nature? Yes. And then I subject this proliferating Buddha nature ultimate analysis, you see the emptiness of this mind. Is this where is the proliferating Buddha nature is here, correct, not correct? Whereas the emptiness of the proliferating Buddha nature is here, correct, not correct? Both are correct. Getting it? So entity-wise is the same, absolute-wise different.
It's only that the nature or Buddha nature sounds, it doesn't have a negative word in it. It sounds like something positive.
Okay, so what is important is,
This is why the question is.
No, but also because usually when you speak about emptiness of things, the negation is the essence of the, I don't know how to say, I immediately think about being a realized being. It's like very.
Of course, yes. When this Buddha nature, proliferating Buddha nature, it becomes manifest. The purity comes out. You are a realized being. So what's the problem? You are a realized being in the eyes of the conventional analysis. In the eyes of the ultimate analysis, you are not a realized being. Right? You are the emptiness of the realized being. Right? Okay, so the point is that when we go into these technical studies, the moment you go into technical studies, you have to know the technicalities. Stick to the technicalities. Then you will not be wavered. Because oftentimes, when you don't touch the technical, when you go into the technicality, when you don't go into the technicalities, then things become, you understand something, the moment you ask another question, you get stuck there. When you go into technicalities, just go through the technicalities, then you will end up in a wonderful, very clear concept. Right? Don't just leave it to how I get the impression. Don't say like this, I get the impression Buddha nature is something positive. Don't say like this. Buddha nature is positive, negative. Right? Which Buddha nature? Proliferated Buddha, positive. Right? Okay, the what? Natural Buddha nature, negative. Be very precise, right? Your concept will become very precise. Otherwise, I get the impression that Buddha nature is something so pure inside. What is substantial? What is the natural Buddha nature? I think it is very natural. Finish. You will never get to the technicality. You will never see you will never understand quantum physics. Right? For quantum physics, you have to study the technicalities. Right? If you really want to appreciate the Buddha's teaching so precisely, you have to go into the technicalities. Okay, good. 27. Page, stanza 27, page 46? 56, stanza 27. Okay, I'm reading from a different book. Okay, the stanza 27. Okay, now again, the reiterating, meaning the emphasizing on who you are, that you have this brilliant Buddha nature inside, which is so precious, right? So, in a pregnant woman's womb, a child exists, but it's not seen. Just so Dharmadhatu is not seen within you when it is covered by afflictions. It is there. The true nature of the mind is there, but it is not seen when your mind is enshrouded with afflictions. 28. Through conceptions of I and mine, discriminations of names and reasons, the four conceptions will arise. Let's say I. Okay, quickly. Till what time? 6. Already 6. Okay.
We cannot just go in the game.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So okay. So let's finish this. All the problems. Oh, I have a problem. And my job is to listen to the problems. My job. If you want to see my job, you come to Tibet House. Shahala came to my place. The Impal, you didn't come to my office. Not office. Okay. So if you come to my office, I'll show you the chair. There are 2 chairs where I have to listen to all the problems. Right? All the problems are, I have this problem, my child is not doing like this, my mother is not doing like this, I have this problem, I have financial, I'm not getting the person's unfair to me, this is this, I have this illness, I, this is just always with I. All the problems are connected with I. Through conceptions of I and mine. My child is not doing this, my mother is not like this, my house is not this, my this, and this I and mine. It's just, everything is revolving around I and mine. Right? Okay. Discriminations of names and reasons. And then the labels. You give labels, right? We give labels, and then on that base we get caught up with the things. For example, somebody might have a little bit of problem life, say the actions like this, which just unintentionally doing that. This is impulsive, compulsive disorder, right? You give a label, okay. So label is given, name is given there, and then the person also, yes, I have this illness. What is it? Obsessive compulsive disorder, OBC, Huh? OCD. Obsessive, yes. Okay, OCD. I have the OCD problem. And then he does it. He's free now. Now he can freely do it. Why are you doing this? I have the OCD problem. Right? And the others say, yes, he has an OCD problem. Whereas if this label is not given, if you do this, it's very odd. I should not be doing it. Right? Nobody's doing it. It's very odd. I should not be doing it. And again, next time you're doing it, again, no, it's so odd. What are you doing? Oh, yes, I'm. And then slowly this habit will be undone. It's over. And the moment the label is given, you're free to do. In public, you do like this, no problem. Because, what are you doing? Oh, I have OCD. Right? And others will say, yes, he has OCD, she has OCD. Right? Okay, like this. And writing something. This is how the names trap us. Then the reasons. Reasons meaning, the reasons meaning, say the rationalities. Say why this happening? Because of this, the rationalities. You see the rationalities on that basis, again we objectify things. We give labels, again we objectify things. Then I, mine, all the time we objectify. With these four conceptions, then we start to objectify things so badly. Right? So badly. So
Which are four conceptions?
the four conceptions: conception of the I, conception of mind, conception of the names, giving labels, and the conception of the reasons. Reasons meaning, say, because of this is happening. Because of this is happening. You're getting it? Reasonings. So on the basis of these four, then our conceptualizations become very strong. The four conceptions will arise based on the elements and the outcome. Finally, what is really there, right? What is really there is the Dharmadhatu within you, which is the ultimate expanse. Within the ultimate expanse of the true nature of your mind. So there, all these distinctions, I, mine, we already said that, the male, female, everything dissolves in that emptiness. So I, mine, all dissolve. So this I am very sad, I. So if you go into these six elements, where is this I dissolves. So that's the reality. That's the reality. What we are seeing is just mere perception. What we are seeing as the I, my, the names and so forth, just mere perception. These are not real. And yet you see them as real. You have the dream, your mind creates a dream, and you see the dream as real. And then you're trapped in the dreams. Okay, we'll stop here.
So the last conception, what was it?
The reasoning.
What is the two in the third?
Sorry?
The first is I.
I. Conception of I, not the I. It's not I. Conception of I. Conception of mind. Then the conception of the names. Then the conception of the reasons. Reason meaning, okay, he is very unkind.
See, but you.
Labels and names, yes. Okay, so what is really there based on the elements and the outcome. What is really there is just element, which is the dhatu. The dhatu, Vajradhatu that you have, the Buddha nature within you, that is what is really there. In that, all these distinctions dissolve. Right? And all these distinctions, they are mind projected, and we see them as so real. And then we are trapped in the dream of samsara. Okay, we'll stop here.
We do dedication by the end of the evening session.
Say it again.
We do dedication by the end of the evening session.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. We do the dedication. End of.
A session of questions.
Yes, question answers, which the group will do. I'll not come. Yeah. Okay, you can do the dedication there. Good.